Do you feel sorry for Luis Suarez?
No, well, you know, it's kind of a revenge. It's funny, it's against Ghana, so it's kind of a revenge
the
for 4
fans
years
in the stadium
ago.
were loving it.
That's crazy life, you know. Smash you back, you know, at some point. Yeah, you always feel sorry for any player because when they feel that they wanted to go through and they don't achieve something, when you see somebody crying, if you don't feel sorry for him, you're not a human being.
I don't.
No, I don't. Well, you know, who said that you were a human being?
No, I'm sorry, but I'm sorry.
No, but you mean, yes, like Lukaku.
I felt sorry for Lukaku yesterday because he felt the weight as of a player who, all right, I'm going to say he's in his prime, and he is, but he's not been fit. But he felt the weight of a guy who had missed 3 or 4 good chances. Suarez is part of a team who haven't played well enough and who have gone out, and he's upset because it's probably going to be, well, it's going to be his last World Cup. I mean, he can hardly lift a leg now. But that's part and parcel. I felt sorry for Lukaku because he felt the actual weight of missing those chances. Personally responsible.
Yeah.
Luis Suarez is just, hey, everybody's career comes to an end. It's part and parcel.
Can I feel sorry for Cavani? Because I love him.
Well, yes, I suppose.
No, I think he's a fantastic player,
Right.
and he almost scored. And,
Yes.
Yeah, he's a guy that I will always remember as a great player and also a great guy. You know.
Oh, okay.
So I feel sorry for him.
Thank you very much.
He's a handkerchief.
There you are. That's beautiful.
Any more Franks, mate?
Anybody else?
Any more friends you want to be sorry for? I mean, we've got, how many players are at this tournament? Hundreds?
Naden, looking at it from a South Korea perspective,
I'm done.
how far can they go?
That's a great question. That really is a great question. I think overall in the performance that they've had, they've looked quite good, but they seem like they've just had something missing. And as you go out into the knockout rounds, you're going to come up against sides who could maybe punish you that bit more. And I don't really see them going much further. But then at the end of the day, like the scenes in which they showed at the end, firstly when the goal from Hwang went in, and you saw all the bench running towards him, you're going directly across the pitch. Somehow that's normal now. And then with the tears at the end from people like Son, who, we see him playing week in, week out in the Premier League, and you think, well, he wouldn't be flustered by just making it to the round of 16. Well, of course he was. These are big moments for them. You wouldn't necessarily write them off straight away, because at the end of the day, they are a good side and they have qualified for the round of 16. But you see why they probably won't be favoured going forward. But to talk about Suarez, sorry, I think the bit which we're missing here, where probably some people would feel sorry for him, and I think I'd feel sorry for a player in his position, is the fact that he was helpless on the sideline. So in the moment where like somebody who's really passionate about playing for the national side sees something change, you'd much rather be the person on the field who tries to address that problem. But instead, it's almost like you get a chance to watch the slow death of not just your career, but your nation at the tournament itself. And to some, that's painful. And I won't necessarily mention it from a Suarez perspective, but for a player to see that, I'm sure that's very tough.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.